Do you think we live in a patriarchy today?
Yes.
You wouldn't say that it's kind of shifting towards a matriarchy?
People go after whatever their self-worth is. So I think that if you're going after people who treat you badly, then you probably should work on how you treat yourself.
We just don't make enough money, we're not cool enough, and we just can't have all that bling bling that they want.
I'm gonna say no, not all men are trash. Just some men are trash.
I think that you see the inverse too with women being F. Is there an F girl? Is that a thing?
I've seen a few, I don't want to say names or anything, but there's definitely been a few girls that I personally know.
Me first? Not all of them, but I think a lot are.
Why would you say that?
Because of the men that I've had to deal with.
Hey YouTube, this is Aaron again with American Interviews. Today we're out here in the beautiful Portland, Oregon waterfront to ask the question, maybe one of the most pressing questions we've ever asked. Are all men trash? We're gonna find out. Not all of them? Do you want to do in a quick interview? A quick one? Cool. So today we're asking the question, are all men trash?
No, I don't think so. I think there's still lots of very good men out there. You just have to, it's like a perspective thing. If you're going after people who, I think people go after whatever their self-worth is. So I think that if you're going after people who treat you badly, then you probably should work on how you treat yourself.
Right. Why do you think that this is a phrase that some women say a lot?
I don't know. I think it's just most people catch on to whatever other people are, saying, and social media has propelled a lot of this. But yeah, no, I think they're still really good men. So
do you have a man that's not trash?
yeah. Yeah.
Cool. All right. Have a good day. Thank you. So today we're asking the question, are all men trash?
Me first? Not all of them, but I think a lot are.
Why would you say that?
Because of the men that I've had to deal with, and not
any specific incidences that has made you come to this conclusion?
I think just being a woman and also being a larger person, men are the most of the hate that I've gotten has been from men, definitely unprovoked and out of the blue. So it's made me not trust a lot of men, but I definitely know that not all men are bad. So.
Yeah. What about you? Do you think all men are trash?
I don't, no. I think my reason for that is because there's a lot of equal cheaters, there's a lot of equal people who murder, there's a lot of equal people who manipulate, and I feel like not every person is like that. You have to give everyone a second chance at some point, I think it's okay to forgive people, but I would say no, just for that.
Can you think of any reason why this is a phrase that has become popular among women?
I think just because of media, things get blown out of proportion a lot, and I think it's helpful for women to come together and feel like they are connected some way by experiences that they've shared, and just because I think a lot of the harm that is done to women, is obviously by men, everything with the patriarchy, I think it makes it a lot more complicated. So I think it's just a way for women to feel connected in some way about hardships that they've had to endure.
Do you think we live in a patriarchy today?
Yes.
You wouldn't say that it's kind of shifting towards a matriarchy?
I think in a lot of ways it is shifting and people are trying to get it to shift, but I think it's really hard to move away from the patriarchy. I feel like that's just what this country and like I feel like a lot of the world is like based off of from the start. So I feel like it's hard to move away from that. But I think people are definitely trying to move towards matriarchal society.
Do you think men and women are seen as equals in American society, or you mentioned that there's a patriarchy, so that would kind of infer that men are in power or men are in charge or on top somehow. Do you think that there's equality there between men and women in America, or would you say that it's not so much?
I think it's definitely more equal than it used to be, but I think it's going to take a long time and a lot of work to get it to actually be equal. Just from my experiences just being in the world, like...
We're speaking about like rights, right?
Yeah. Just, I feel like a lot of the times I've been put down have been by men, so... And just obviously seeing men in like all these like more powerful positions when there are opportunities for women to be in them, like, I don't know, just with the election, you know, like we've never had a female president. And that doesn't necessarily mean that like, obviously women aren't able to, but I think it's just... I mean, it's just the way that it's worked so far.
Yeah. One question from your answer there. Can you name any rights specifically that women have or that men have that women don't have?
I would say maybe
Honestly,
the working system. I know like a few people work the same jobs, but maybe men get a little more pay than the women do. I could say that.
Referring to a wage gap?
Yeah, that's like, I wouldn't say rights, but I would say that. That's what I know.
So you believe that do you believe that there's a wage gap in this country?
I do, yeah.
Can you point to any statistics that would display that there is a wage gap? Because I know that when comparing the wage gap, a lot of the statistics that people quote, it's all working men versus all working women. And that doesn't take into account what fields they chose to go into. Men, on average, tend to work 44 hours a week, where women tend to work on average 41 hours a week. So right there's already a disparity without there being a difference in pay. So I know that those skewed statistics do contribute a lot to that. Some people think it's a misconception that there's a wage gap. What would you say to the people that say that there is not a wage gap?
I mean, I don't know. I honestly haven't done a lot of research on it, so I can't speak very, like, informed, I guess. Like, I don't have the exact statistics, but just from, like, things that I have looked up and just throughout school, like, researching things, I've, like, seen, certain statistics, but obviously nothing specific comes to mind. But, I mean...
At Google, when compared male and female salaries, actually females made a bit more than males did on average at Google. Are you surprised by that?
Not surprised, like they shouldn't, but just like, yeah. I mean, it's good to hear. Like, I mean, I think everybody should be paid fairly, but I'm always happy to see women win, you know?
Cool. So, conclusion, not all men are trash?
No, not all men are trash.
No, I don't think so.
All right, cool. Thank you for stopping to talk to me.
Yeah, of course. Have a good one.
Yeah, have a beautiful night. So today we're asking the question, are all men trash?
I imagine we are two women, yeah.
Why would you say that?
Well, you know, we just don't make enough money, we're not cool enough, and, you know, I mean, we just can't have all that bling bling that they want. Yeah, and we can never afford it, and, you know, why should we prioritize that, you know? So it's easier to have a bicycle or two, and bicycles are way more loyal. They treat you as well as you treat them. And I wish I could say that much about women, you know?
Well, I appreciate your time. Thanks for your answer.
Like, yeah.
Yeah, you want a sticker?
So I'll fill you in here a little bit right now.
What's that?
But today is 17 years since my divorce.
Okay.
So,
Well, that's all right.
but I'm going to go out on a limb here and say no, not all men are trash.
Let's do a little interview. All right. So today we're asking the question, are all men trash?
I'm going to say no, not all men are trash. Just some men are trash.
Just some. Would you say the majority of men, or?
No, I would not say the majority of men. I would say that being honest is the key to that.
Yeah.
Not hiding who you really are
Right. Yeah.
is what I would say.
Why do you think that this is widely purported by
Women?
typically feminists or radical feminists, but women that aren't feminists as well? But why do you think this is widely purported?
Because I don't think men want to be honest with their selves. But I don't think all men are trash. I know some really great guys, and I don't think they're trash.
You think that women say that all men are trash because guys don't want to be honest with themselves?
I think so. Or they don't want to show their true colors. Like they don't want to, a different side of them comes out once they get into a different side of a relationship. Maybe I'm not the best person to ask.
Do you think it could go both ways, though? Maybe some women are saying that because they don't feel good about them being honest with themselves?
Yes. That is definitely true. I would
Maybe a little cope?
Yep, I think it's both ways. But I think, all honestly, most women just want that, I'm going to say, back the chivalry that, I do, Who doesn't want the car door open for them? Who doesn't? But there's a lot of independent women out there, too, that are like, I can do it on my own. And I think that is a default to men. I don't think men are trash. I think there's just the right men out there that want to do the right thing.
So you think women want to be treated more traditionally?
My opinion, yes. But I'm a small town country girl that wants that, where I'm not a big city independent woman. So yeah, absolutely. I don't think all men are trash.
Would you say that the majority of women today act traditionally?
No. Yes. No. Absolutely not. I think there's too much independence, too much, I'm going to say the women's rights, women's this, but I still want my car door open for me. I still want the door held open for me. I still want that walking into a room and being the only person that guy sees, or everybody wants. And that's my opinion, but that's, can give it any opinion.
Yeah. Do you think some of that, the issues with women today with like the self-absorption and stuff like that has to do with feminism? You were talking about like too much rights, too much women's rights a little bit, you were saying?
No, nothing against that. I think women have the rights to do whatever they want to do. Like I said, coming in 17 years today, as of today, I was divorced, and I've become very independent on my own just because I came out of a very, very bad marriage. So I was very independent, very much on my own. I didn't want anybody to do anything for me. So now I've come to conclusions that it's okay to ask for help. There's okay to have somebody in your corner. Went through some health issues recently. My son had some mental health issues, and I have a great friend. He's sitting over there on the bench that was a huge support system for all of that. So there are men out there that will support who their women want to be if that woman will allow them to be that person. I'm old school. Like I said, that door's still opened, and there needs to be guys out there that are still willing to do that.
Yeah. So you would think that women today should take these things on a case-to-case basis and not judge men as a whole?
Absolutely, on a case-to-case basis. There's men out there that, I'm going to say it, are jerks. There are. But there's also men out there that are not.
Right. I think there's just people out there that are jerks, right?
And there's women out there that are not very nice either. So it's a two-way street. And I think women have the right to do what they want to do, and they have the right to do what they should do. And it's a two-way street. Women should be treated equal as men, is my opinion.
Yeah. Well, I appreciate your answers.
Absolutely.
Thank you so much. Yeah.
Thank you.
I'm trying to debunk right now.
Okay.
All right.
All right.
Maybe you have the opposite opinion. Maybe all men are trash.
Okay, maybe.
I don't know. You want to do one?
Yes. Let's
All
do
right.
it.
So today we're asking the question, are all men trash?
Good question. I think it depends on like maybe age group, because like when I was in high school and college, a lot of, excuse my language, boys and just unloyal, not trustworthy people. But I think as I got older, fortunately I found my boyfriend. He was like super loyal, trustworthy. So I feel like maybe it's like an age group kind of thing. Do I think all guys are trash? Not necessarily, but here and there you'll probably find a few. So.
Do you think that you see the inverse too with women being F? Is there an F girl? Is that a thing?
I mean, I've seen a few, like, I don't want to, like, say names or anything, but, like, there's definitely been a few, like, girls that I personally known that I was like, all right, maybe, like, you could have taken a different route or said something different. And, like, it seems like the guy's perspective was, like, more mature and, like, I don't know. Yeah, I think sometimes girls could be like F girls too. So again, I think it just depends on like maturity, what your mentality and state is at the moment. And like everyone has their different phases. And I mean, yeah, at some point, like how maybe you could have been like years ago is different than how your mentality is, at this day and age that you're at. So I feel like, yeah, everyone has their phases.
Yeah, everyone changes. So you think it's important to take things on an individual case-to-case basis instead of judging all men as a group?
Yeah, of course. I think not every guy is the same. Not every girl is the same. Everybody is like individual and has their own personalities. Like I said, we all grow and prosper. And like I said, we're totally different than we were in high school, college versus like adult years and like even older from now. Like I could be a totally different person than I am at this age than I am at 50 years old. So, and same goes for you and like everybody else that's around us. So I think it really does vary.
Well, I appreciate your answer. Thank you so much. Yeah. Have a good night. So today we're asking the question, are all men trash?
Yeah, I was just asked that question. All men trash. And I thought about it. And I'm gonna be honest with you. What I see as a little kid being born, and he grows to be 5 years old, he's running around. Then he grows to be 10 years old, he's still running around. He grows to be a teenager, he starts to slow down. It's into society who start to teach him how to act. All men trash? No. Sometimes a man just needs a hug. A man needs somebody to show they care. A man needs to let you know he's human. We put up these walls and we start to, man gotta do this. Man just up. That's it really quick. I was just in the AA meeting. And this guy, he's a lawyer. He's expressing his wife getting divorced. And he says, I started to cry. I just need a hug. That little baby. See? That's what we need. Goodbye. And I'm not trash.
Thank you. What's your name? Aaron.
Aaron, pleasure. Thank you. Thank you.